I'm Megan.
And I'm Lamorris.
And we are the Crawfords. We couldn't be more excited to invite you on a God-breathed journey with us. Whether you're single, married, in a dating relationship, or you just want to chat, we are talking to you. Covenant culture is living intentionally in every relationship in your life and throwing the ultimate pinky promise on top.
God cut a covenant with man first. This was his idea. A contract is written in ink, but a covenant is sealed in blood. Covenant culture is the kingdom way of living. So join us every Monday to make this way of living your way of living. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
We're back. I wasn't going to say it, but I said
I was like, what?
Yo, episode 68, Covenant Culture Podcast. I'm Lamorris. And this is my beautiful wife, Megan.
I didn't even know it. We still need an introduction.
No, I went throwback on them.
Oh, yeah. I'm Lamorris and I'm Megan.
Yeah.
This is coming out. I forgot we did that.
Yeah.
This is a new thing. The Lord's doing a new thing.
So we've been in this good transition. We've been in this Bible study type feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Last episode, 6, 7. Go watch it if you haven't. Play on words. I'm surprised Megan didn't chime in on that. But
6, no, 7, yes. 7.
Man, I opened the door for that one.
Yeah.
All right. So what we on today?
Today we're going to talk about, remember a few episodes ago, I forget what exactly we were saying in it, but we were talking about something to the degree of, that we have been living in the daily bread.
Yes.
Living in the manna.
Daily bread.
But I want to now live in, this has been what I've been just declaring over our family and for our family, that we're living in the harvest of his leftovers because of what he did with the loaves and the fish multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple. Anyway, so we're going to just pull out one scripture, but you want to read that scripture?
Yeah, of course, many of you know the story of manna in Exodus 16. I mean, it's a lot, but God told the children of Israel, I got you. I'm going to take care of you.
Yeah.
And he did it in such a unique way. I actually love the way he did it. Really quick background. They're in the desert. They're complaining, first of all. So God was merciful in their complaint. He gave them
what
manna.
they're known for, and I understand.
Yeah. He gave them, what is it? That was kind of the question. That's what manna mean. What is it? But he was gracious in their complaining to give them quail or meat. So they had bread and meat. Mm-hmm. Daily bread, daily provision. But here's one verse. It says, this is Exodus 15. There's a lot, but we just want to key in on one verse really quick. It says this, verse 4, Exodus, in that chapter. Then the Lord said to Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you.
He's so cute.
And the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day. When?
Daily.
Every day. That I may test them whether they will walk in my law or not. Now, there's a lot in that chapter. So for context, you got to read chapter 16 for yourself. But this one verse, then the Lord said to Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you. Now, whenever you're in the Bible, the New Testament is in the Old Testament concealed. Mm-hmm. The Old Testament is in the New Testament revealed. Mm-hmm. So whenever you read something in the Old Testament, there's always a New Testament revelation of it. So the first thing, babe, I want to key on is that God said, I will rain bread. And I think about provision, it's all his. Everything we have, even what you're believing for, it belongs to God. Even to our gifts, our makeup, personality. Yeah, our parents had a genetic part, but God had the spiritual part. And so I just think that God reigns. He didn't say I'm dropping. He said it. I'm going to rain bread on you. So when I think of provision, is idea of more than enough, God's leftovers, rain. And think about it's raining. It's actually raining right now here in South Carolina. And rain always leaves leftovers. There's a puddle somewhere. There's a little stream running somewhere.
Yeah, but there were no leftovers. That's the point.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm getting to the point of rain, though. It's provision for more than enough for that day.
Yeah, they had what they needed for the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So I'm saying if it stopped raining out now, we'll go out there and see a puddle. We'll see, on the street, on the side. It's enough for that day. So that's kind of what I was saying, that God promises to rain on us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're talking about daily bread.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about the daily bread.
So he said, I'll rain bread of heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day. So that's the second part of that verse. So each day, he promised to provide for them. Mm-hmm. In the wilderness, there's no trees. There's no planted vineyards. There's no corn stalks. There's no bean stalks. They are in the desert. So they either had to trust God for that day or not. There was no in between. There was no like, I will walk 20 miles and get corn. They're in the desert. There is no corn. So they had to trust him, or they can complain.
Oh, they complained.
They ended up complaining for sure. So that's relatable for us too. We can either trust God for today or we can complain. Right? Mm-hmm. Complain about what we don't have. We talked about being content in our last episode. We could be content for what God has done for us. We could stay content and trust in him for what he can do for us. He's got more than enough. Right? And so God was faithful to them in their desert place to provide for them. And then it goes on to say, and we'll piggyback, but he also provided meat with them. So they had bread and meat every single day.
Yeah. And that's just what I think. I think, there are seasons for different things and for different times of life and needs and lessons. And I think a part of our lesson where we have been is that he's met us with just enough for the day and what the day looks like. And that's also why he's like, I'm raining right now. But also that's what I want to say, that my declaration has been that we are in the harvest of his leftovers, knowing then you go to the New Testament and see, and that's same. The Old Testament, the New Testament is in the Old Testament concealed, and the Old Testament is in the New Testament revealed. And I think the same to that point is then you see Jesus, and yes, he's the same, but it's the Old Testament. And the New Testament, Jesus came to fulfill all of those things. So here he is, not saying the people are hungry. The disciples said, send them away. But instead he says, no, bring me what we have so that I can bless it and multiply it and take care of them, because we're not done here. So they don't have to go and leave and wonder what they're eating or how long it's going to take or be hungry on their travel. They're going to have what they need. And there was an abundance left over.
Yeah. And I love that, because it's the scripture, even in the Old Testament, they were in a desert place that day. Mm-hmm. And that kid brought him what he
Which
had.
is why I was saying, because it's again, and that, I mean, there are several accounts, but I'm thinking Matthew is when he brings this up, and it's so sweet. We don't have to live there. And it's, again, there are seasons for everything, for lessons, for what we need in that time. But I think just also being able to confess and declare and say, we want to be in the more than enough leftover. Like they had enough and more than enough for the day, but it wasn't, they didn't get to look beyond unless it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
They didn't get to look beyond to tomorrow to see what tomorrow God would do for them or bring.
Yeah.
It was a faith day at a time. And so for us, knowing that we could be in the leftovers and have that, I think I shared this before, but we wouldn't, and I do love this storm because, again, back to your point, that's the raining. He didn't lie. He still gave them what they needed and enough, but then later shows us that, okay, this is all we have, which is a very real point for many of us. Like, this is all I have. What I can see is the dollar amount in my bank account. What I can see is this is how he gifted me. What I can see is this is the job he gave me, or this is the situation with my health, or unfortunate things in my marriage, or this is what I have. It's not enough. I know it's not enough, but he blesses and multiplies to make it more than enough and gives us leftovers, which aren't the kind of leftovers that we found staunchly in my parents' vehicle because they only drive the van when their grandkids are there, and it had been a week or so, and there were leftovers left in the back. And I mean, leftovers.
Don't say which child left it.
Unless it's Ruth Chris.
I ain't snitching.
Unless it's Ruth Chris, I don't really want leftovers from anywhere.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I'm trying to think. Nope, I don't.
Yeah,
I just don't like leftovers. I want the fresh,
I love your
hot
leftovers.
food.
When you make the
You
cornbread
do, that's
casserole,
true. That's sweet.
sweet potato casserole, I eat that leftover, chicken and rice.
True. And I actually do too. Oh, I love Easter dinner leftovers. That's
true.
it though. Aside from that, and I already said that was it, but it is now. Aside from Easter and aside from Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
I don't want anything left over. And that's what I think is so beautiful, because his ways are higher. His thoughts are higher. He truly does give us the best of the best, even with the leftovers.
Yeah.
It's not like the fish went bad or the bread started molding or was flaky or just not as good as it was to begin with. It was, we have more. And then what happened? Do you think they just threw it away?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They ate it and shared it.
Well, yeah, they shared it. And that's what I was going to say. I think I shared this before, but my goal is we have plans with the leftovers. It's not just to be like, oh, great, we have so much, and then we'll stash that, and then we have so much more, and then, oh, good, and then when on a rainy day, we'll bring this amount out. No, it's like, okay, what needs are around us? How can we provide, I mean, the Lord through us, right? Provide for their daily bread through our leftovers.
Yeah.
So I'm receiving the leftovers.
Yeah.
Gladly.
I'll do leftovers. But before leftovers, you got to release something. There was no leftovers if there was nothing released in the first place. So if we're going to live in the leftovers, we got to have a generous heart. Mm-hmm. That's where it starts at, like giving of whatever we have. And that's
why I tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
$1 on a candy bar.
That's right.
I would.
Right.
But I don't.
Everything we said this, but it's a heart issue. Yeah. If you're not going to be faithful over being generous over little, how can you live in the leftovers? Yeah. Right. It's not like if you were stingy before the leftovers, you're going to be stingy when you get them. Yeah. So my heart posture is that I'm prepared to be generous.
I have a story.
Yeah.
So one time,
it wasn't me.
I would never say the words, I don't believe in prophets, because that's a big statement. But I would say there are a lot of people who come in the name of their prophet, and that is dicey. I kind of feel like you don't need to announce it if you are, that the Lord reveals those things. But anyway, I guess I won't name a certain situation, but I will say.
For an example.
That's so hard.
Hypothetical.
No, it's real, but I'm trying to stay around the story enough to preserve it. But it was a situation where we had someone who said they were a prophet in our home. Again, I would never say they aren't, but I'm just very interested by titles and things that people self-bestow. Anyways, and I made something, and it was so good. I mean, it was the best kind that I'd ever made before. And this individual said, is there any left? And I said, nope, because I put what I wanted in the fridge. Oh, Lord. Immediately, and I thought, Jesus. We will find out if this is a prophet or not.
Nope, not for you.
Correct. That's actually what I said when I said no.
Okay.
Not for you. It's for me. No, it's not a half truth. It was literally, there's none left for you because you had a lot. Okay. Now, when I say that that's been a few years ago and I have matured in my grace.
So you were expecting a prophet to say there's some in the fridge?
Yeah. That's
oh, Lord.
And they didn't. Anyway.
Oh, Lord. Help me, Jesus.
Because if so, you would know. You're like, no, they're not telepathic. Anyway, my point.
What is your point? Leftovers.
Leftovers.
That you didn't want to give away to the prophet.
That was it. It wasn't like my proudest moment, but I was so happy. What if those things would have spoiled or would have forgotten, or I ate it and it just wasn't as good? That would have been a real lesson for me, but it was amazing. So I don't know that I learned it fully, But I have decided.
Yeah, help my wife. Pray for my wife. Y'all.
I have decided that, like, when it comes to agape, which we are big fans of, every time I can't go on without talking about it, is learning. What is it? It's like generosity. What's one of the words? Actually, it was the fruit of the Spirit, but in Galatians, it's very similar because the fruit is very much the same, and it's all derived out of love.
Yeah.
But one of the words is like, I think it's like being generous. What is the word?
I don't know.
You could look it up if you wanted.
In Galatians?
Yeah, fruit of the Spirit.
Oh, love, joy, peace, patience.
Why can't I think of it?
It's temperance?
Nope. It's like.
All right, I'll look it up.
And I know because I was doing a Bible study with my girls. I was leading Maya and Kenna in one. And I was like, this is like something I really want to grow in.
Okay,
like being a cheerful giver. We all know about that.
But fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness.
Kindness and goodness.
Self-control.
Because they're like the same, but they're not.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I specifically look at both of these and work on both of those? Being kind, yes. And that's where I went because obviously that's a part of 1 Corinthians as well, is talking about kindness and patience and right?
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, how can I what's my goodness?
Yeah.
What's my gracious? How am I being gracious? And that's so silly, but I had to bring it back to thoughts like that. Because in general, I love giving and it's when I feel like the manna that was, the manna that was manifested. I hate that word so much also. I might name this manifested manna. But I also hate that because I'm like, you mean you faithed it. It was faith. Manifest. Ooh, Kev. Manifested manna. 6-8.
That's funny.
Feasted men. Okay.
So
anyway, are you gonna land the plane for me?
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Were you gonna say something else?
No.
Okay. Because I just thought it was important to say that with that manna, like there are times that I feel like, just like they did, that I need to hold on to it. But if you do, that stuff is no good in the morning. Because today has enough trouble of its own. Don't worry about tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
You're walking by faith, not by sight, because that was not by sight. That food was gone. And it all went away. It like disintegrated.
Yeah, that's what I was going to read. That's the verse I was going to read. Yeah.
So that's what I realized. And I want you to read that next. But that's when I realized that I'm like, I have a lack of generosity or grace when I think that I can't take care of who's in my house. But I think it's so beautiful because God has watched us steward our house so that we can steward his house.
Yeah.
For
sure.
Like he watches. It's not like we're not going to eat if our kids don't have food. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Boy, you done brought out a childhood trauma. Let me just read the verse.
Oh, no.
It says in Exodus 16:21, so they gathered it every morning.
Yeah.
Every man according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. So it was only sufficient for that day.
We think they're pancakes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably some kind of pancake.
But I would have wanted
it had
syrup.
Honey. It had honey. No, it was honey.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would have been them. I know. Because I'm a picky eater. But also if you're starving, are you going? That's the other thing. We have to be grateful.
For sure.
And that's and a lot of times I say these things and I'm honestly being silly because no way if you're starving, you're going to, well, I mean, they did. They complained for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I just see this part of life and the maturity of growing with the Lord where we have to look at things and situations and be like, again, contentment. Mm-hmm. But I am grateful for what I do have, even though it's not necessarily what I want. Yeah. I want pizza.
For sure.
But it's a
Pizza King.
It's a wafer with honey and I'm Yum.
But here's the things and the principle too. If you're faithful over little, I'll make you faithful over much. So as a matter of fact, once they exited the wilderness after 40 years, by the way,
what a life.
That wasn't the plan. They entered abundance. So they were eating manna and they saw grapes that had to be carried
this is the testimony
between
to what
a
I
pole.
feel. remember, or what I believe and what I'm saying
Go ahead.
is this is the testimony part that we're in the harvest of his, what'd I say?
The harvest of his
Leftovers.
Leftovers.
now they're entering the harvest
Yes.
of the leftovers.
Yes.
I mean, should I clap? This is great. Really put something together there. That's good.
So and we'll land this plane here, but
you keep stealing my
40
analogies.
years-
You can't land the plane. I already landed the plane. What are you going to land? The kite?
No, I'm landing a
No.
spaceship. Landing an old kite.
The spaceship is
But
cute.
they're out of the
Wilderness.
desert,
Yeah.
wilderness. They can see the promise.
Oh.
Moses sends
Moses get
they
to
send
go?
them in.
Yeah.
They come back with evidence of the leftovers.
Giant grapes.
Evidence of the leftovers.
What is a giant grape?
They have to carry it between a pole.
Isn't that
That's
wild?
how big it is. Yes, and fruit and two men carrying.
I think I'm like forgetting. I know this story,
Yeah.
but imagine that.
I know.
So they have watermelon. They just didn't have
They
a word
probably
yet.
had everything, but they see the promise.
didn't
They
know.
see the
Cantaloupe.
leftovers, but didn't go get it by faith.
Oh, that's right.
So that's
Scared.
the other part.
So scared.
Yeah. We have to give our leftovers by faith.
It's
we
true.
have to be generous
we have
by faith.
so many fears.
Yeah.
But I literally do. And
I know
I
I
think
do.
that's what's so beautiful of trusting God for tomorrow and with tomorrow, and that he is sufficient for tomorrow, and
Yeah.
that he is our provider, and that he's going to give, and he's
Yeah.
all of those things, and truly just letting go of it. Like,
Yeah.
why, when we do have a fat account and we know something crazy is about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
or we're living off of whatever and it's dwindling, are we scared?
Yeah.
If God put it there in the first place,
Yeah.
he's the one that gives man the ability to be
Get wealth.
wealthy.
Yeah.
So even that, I'm like, I don't want to be wealthy unless you have that for me, the Lord.
For sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because we know what money does to people as well.
Absolutely.
So I just love that. Yes. See the manna. Be grateful for the manna,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's not how you want it to look yet, because there is a harvest in his leftovers that are coming.
Yeah.
And when you get to see and not even taste yet the leftovers that are there, don't be scared.
Yeah.
And scared that we're going to have to go back there, because that is literally a testimony for me of thoughts that I'm like, I don't want to go back there because we've been here. Why would we want to leave here
Yeah.
if we can, or why would we want to go back there if we can
Yeah.
live here?
In the promise. Yeah.
So just making sure that we're confessing those things, that our heart is aligned, and sometimes you have to speak it until you believe it.
Yep.
Or you have to speak it until I believe it, or I speak it until you
Yeah.
believe it. But also, it's been a true treasure for us to be unified in those decisions, and just solidified standing on, we just believe him and trust him,
Yeah.
and we love him.
For sure. Yeah. So
I do love him. Did I
Yeah.
mention that?
you do. You're
Yeah.
in love with him.
That's true.
But, however we title this,
He's good.
God has leftovers, which are good leftovers. God desires to take care of you and your family. God knows your needs.
Yeah.
He's not surprised by them. He's not thrown off by them. He's got what's coming for you. That's the other part too. Don't look at someone else's basket. Like,
And is the basket half full?
just right. Focus on your basket. Don't
Sorry.
let jealousy or envy
Right.
come by looking at somebody else's house, somebody else's car, what their kids doing. No. He said, go gather for your house. He didn't say go gather for no one else's house.
Yeah, because it was according to the, I forget the
Need.
word.
Yeah, it was the need
according
of
to
your
the need,
house.
but what was
Yeah.
the word?
The Omar.
The Omar.
I forget. I think it was not 30 pounds. Maybe for some reason I'm thinking 30 pounds. I think so. But depending on your family size.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta have a little bigger faith for a family of 6. Your
Yeah.
faith might be for a family of 4.
Yeah.
A family of 3, right? So whatever your need is, you trust the Lord for that, and trust that he'll provide
That's good.
all of your needs according to his
Yes,
riches and
that's
glory,
right.
which are in Christ Jesus.
That's right.
So if you're trying to be successful, whatever that looks like to you, without Jesus being in the picture, you're not going to have peace. It's not going to be sustainable. We see it all the time with people with money, suicide, drugs, all the things. So you want to keep Christ in the middle, and he will supply all of your needs.
I think that you were thinking about our family because an omer is 2.2 liters or 4 to 6 pounds.
4 to
You're
6.
probably multiplying it for us.
6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Yeah,
I know. Well, I figured you weren't adding yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true.
Anyway, I was just believing the best.
But the reason, anyway, I had another Hebrew word.
I was going to say, you probably have a whole
Yeah.
theological
Yeah,
perspective. I was just saying it because that's what it actually was. And if we're doing a Bible study, I wanted to make sure we
accurate. I
answered
agree.
that question.
I appreciate that. Thank you for your research.
Yeah. Hi.
Thank you. So that's our encouragement for you today. We just wanted to come and encourage you in this episode and say, we know we're in hard times, all the crazy stuff happening in the world, but God got you. He's got you. He's got plenty. He owns a cattle on 1,000 hills.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't say that. I could talk about that for so long.
You know.
But it is true. I think that, here I am. I'm glad you brought it up. He was exiting. I'm back. Thinking about that is oftentimes I'll be like, I want to pray for people, and I do. But I'll be praying for someone and their need, and then I tag our family in because we need things too. I just don't want you to forget. I'm believing for all of us here. And of course, again, self-correction there, and I figure that out and whatever. But the point is, I have to remind myself that he doesn't run out. He's not like us. I do feel like, okay, you've healed my body 2 times significantly.
Yeah.
From significant disease, death. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And you healed my son from a lifelong sentence, an illness for the rest of his life.
All of our kids.
And tomorrow is his birthday.
Yo, Kai, happy birthday, my guy.
And I mean, maybe he's healed all of our kids, but I meant specific situations
all
we
the
know
birth
of.
Stuff. His hand was there protecting all of our kids.
And Kenna, saved her life.
Yeah.
So there's just so many, from actual, never mind.
Yeah.
I will hold that in. Sometimes people fabricate their stories so that it sounds like the Lord did this and this and this and this. I'm like, it was a fender bender. I don't disagree. God is kind. But I also just want you to know that the reason I was using those examples is because they were actually life sentences or life-threatening, definitely, or dealing with death. Yeah. So the fact that God has done that, who am I to ask for $5? That's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's not how he thinks.
Yeah.
And he's so capable
of
giving it, more than capable. It's easy for him.
Yeah.
He just desires to have our faith.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only thing. Apart from our faith, he can't be pleased.
Yeah, without faith, it's impossible to please God. So it's good, babe. Yo, I hope y'all enjoy episode 68.
68.
Covenant Culture Podcast. Thank you again so much for tapping in, tuning in, listening, sharing, all the things. Mm-hmm. We're grateful for you, and we'll see you soon. Give me some, shorty.
Bye.
Hey, come on, man.
It happens when you don't do a podcast for 27 months.
Once again, we are so thankful that you would follow along with us. If Covenant Culture has been a blessing to you in any way, would you prayerfully consider partnering with us to take this message around the world?
There are 4 ways you can partner with us. Number 1, please pray. We covet your prayers. Number 2, give a one-time gift. Number 3, become a culture changer by your monthly financial commitment of $7 a month. And number 4, share our podcast with friends and family.
You can go right to our website, www.covenantcultureministries.com, and look for the green gift tab. We truly cannot say thank you enough for your support.
God started humanity with a marriage, and he is going to end it with one.